Robert, 72, from Houston, was always the kind of man who liked to keep his routines. He believed that a strong cup of coffee before boarding was indispensable. After all, who doesn't need extra energy to face hours on a plane? During the flight, he would order a cold soda for a refreshing feeling, and when the flight attendant offered wine, he accepted with a smile, saying, "A sip never hurt anyone." It was almost a sacred ritual. But on a trip to visit his daughter in Seattle, something changed. Dizziness hit, his blood pressure dropped, and he landed so exhausted that he spent 2 days unable to enjoy time with his family. The shock came when he discovered that age wasn't to blame, his seemingly harmless choices on the plane were. After 60, the body no longer responds like it used to. Small excesses, once harmless, can now become barriers that steal well-being and independence. It's as if the body sends clear signals that it no longer accepts what it once did, almost like a reminder that every detail counts. In the airplane cabin, with its dry air, cramped space, and high pressure, intensifies these effects even more. What could be just a minor discomfort can turn into entire days of fatigue and recovery. No one should travel to see grandchildren, children, or friends and miss the most precious moments because of a poorly chosen drink. The good news is that there is a quick and powerful reward for paying attention. Simply avoiding 5 specific drinks can transform your flight into a much smoother, safer, and even invigorating experience. Today, I will reveal which 5 choices seniors should avoid on board. Some you may already suspect, others will challenge your beliefs, and the last one on the list will truly surprise you. Now, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Your participation is very important to us and encourages us to create more content and reach even more people. The first drink to avoid: coffee. Many American seniors have the habit of having a cup of coffee before boarding, believing it will keep them awake and alert during the flight. But coffee, as comforting as it may seem, can be one of the trickiest drinks when we are thousands of feet in the air. This is because coffee is not just a stimulant, it also intensifies dehydration, which is already common on planes. And when hydration drops, the aging body responds much more sensitively. Internally, caffeine speeds up the heart, puts pressure on blood vessels, and forces the kidneys to eliminate more fluid than they should. On solid ground, the body can compensate. But inside a pressurized cabin, with dry air and limited circulation, this water loss can affect energy, circulation, and even short-term memory. It's like trying to run a marathon uphill without rest. The body keeps going, but at what cost? Mayo Clinic experts emphasize that seniors have fewer water reserves in the body, increasing the risks of fatigue and mental confusion. Coffee, which seemed like an ally, can quietly steal well-being mid-flight. And if coffee already presents so many challenges, imagine the impact of other seemingly harmless drinks that hide even more serious effects on a plane. 2. Alcohol. Many people believe that a glass of wine or a shot of whiskey during a flight helps them relax, but for those over 60, this choice can become a silent problem. Alcohol acts as a depressant on the nervous system, but at high altitudes, it becomes more potent, accelerating dehydration and increasing the risks of dizziness, low blood pressure, and even mental confusion. What seems like momentary comfort can actually open the door to prolonged discomfort. Inside the body, alcohol forces the liver to work overtime while reducing the ability to absorb oxygen. This means the body has to work harder to perform simple tasks, like maintaining stable circulation and clear thinking. On planes, where oxygen is already limited, the effect intensifies. It's like trying to breathe in a room where the air keeps getting thinner. The body signals distress, and ignoring it is like closing your eyes to a cry for help. A friend named Linda, 68, loved ordering a glass of wine on night flights, believing it helped her sleep. But on a trip to Los Angeles, she woke up with a strong headache, disoriented, and feeling as if she had lost precious hours. After consulting her doctor, she understood that alcohol had amplified the effects of altitude and dehydration. Today, she often says, it wasn't easy to give up the habit, but it was liberating to wake up feeling well and whole after the flight. Harvard Medical School studies indicate that even small amounts of alcohol on flights can amplify drowsiness and confusion in seniors. this is clear evidence that what seems like a harmless choice can compromise autonomy, the very thing many want to preserve. And if alcohol, so common and socially accepted, already carries this risk, what about even sneakier drinks, which many don't even imagine could have an impact at high altitudes? 3. Carbonated soft drinks. Cold sodas may seem like the perfect choice to refresh and give a boost of energy, but on a plane, they become an invisible enemy. The gas in these drinks expands at high altitudes, increasing bloating, abdominal discomfort, and even making breathing more difficult. For many seniors, who already have slower digestion, this effect can turn a smooth trip into hours of physical discomfort and unnecessary anxiety. Inside the body, the excess sugar in sodas also acts deceptively. It causes rapid spikes of energy followed by sharp drops, leaving the person tired and irritable. Additionally, carbonation interferes with nutrient absorption and promotes dehydration, which is already intensified on a plane. It's as if every sip says to the body, "Here's a momentary shock, but later you'll pay the price." Felipe always ordered a can of soda during the flight to break the monotony. On a trip to New York, he experienced so much abdominal discomfort that he had to walk several times down the aisle to relieve the pressure. When he told his doctor, he heard something he never forgot: soda may seem small, but its impact on your body is huge. Felipe realized that simple choices, like replacing soda with water, could restore control and well-being. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University warn that carbonated drinks on flights increase gas production and can worsen gastrointestinal symptoms in seniors. What seemed like just a can of soda could actually steal the comfort of the entire trip. And if even a common drink like soda has this effect, imagine those that, under the guise of being healthy, hide even greater risks for those in the air. 4. Packaged juices. At first glance, a boxed juice seems like a healthy menu option, but on a plane, this illusion can come at a high cost. These juices are loaded with sugar and preservatives that, instead of nourishing, drain energy and increase thirst. For those over 60, this imbalance is even more intense, as the body takes longer to process large amounts of glucose. What appears to be a vitamin-rich choice can, in reality, be a disguise for more fatigue. Internally, excess sugar enters the bloodstream quickly, raising glucose levels and forcing the pancreas to work harder than it should. This fluctuation generates energy spikes followed by sudden drops, leaving the body weak and the mind unstable. Inside an airplane cabin, where oxygen is already limited, this effect multiplies. It's as if the body is on an invisible roller coaster, losing a bit of the stability it needs to travel peacefully with every turn. Mary, 70, from Orlando, believed that ordering packaged orange juice during flights was a healthy habit. However, on a trip to Seattle, she noticed she always arrived tired, irritable, and with headaches. After a consultation, she discovered that the hidden sugar in the juices was sabotaging her energy. By switching the juice for water with a slice of lemon, she felt lighter and more alert. Today, Mary tells her friends, "Not everything that seems healthy really is." Research from the American Heart Association highlights that seniors should limit added sugar intake to protect the heart, circulation, and memory. This proves that a simple glass of processed juice can have greater consequences than imagined. And if even something sold as natural can hide traps, what about a drink that many consider revitalizing, but that on a plane can become one of the greatest enemies of the aging body? 5. Energy drinks. Energy drinks promise strength, focus, and vitality, but for those between 60 and 85, they can be like fire on dry straw. Full of caffeine and sugars, they artificially stimulate the body, demanding more from the heart, kidneys, and mind. On a plane, this effect is amplified, as the dry, pressurized environment intensifies both dehydration and bodily strain. What seems like temporary energy can actually be a silent thief of balance. Inside the body, these stimulants provoke an initial explosion, increasing heart rate and putting pressure on circulation. But soon after, the effect plummets, leaving a feeling of weakness and even tremors. It's as if the body is being pushed to run at full speed without time to breathe. For seniors, this cycle is dangerous because recovery doesn't happen as quickly as it did decades ago. The body tries to signal, "I don't need a shock, I need care." An example is Thomas, 69, from Atlanta. Before a flight to Boston, he drank an energy drink to stay strong. During the trip, he felt palpitations, cold sweats, and intense anxiety. Upon arrival, he saw a doctor who explained how the combination of altitude and the energy drink was like pouring gasoline on a fire. Today, Thomas shares his experience with others, saying, "True energy comes from rest and water, not a shiny can." Experts at the Cleveland Clinic warn that energy drinks can increase heart risks in seniors, especially in low-oxygen environments like airplanes. This shows how something so accessible can carry hidden danger. And if even the simple act of drinking requires conscious choices, the reflection follows: what other seemingly small habits could completely transform how we live and enjoy every stage of life? You might be wondering, then, what is the best drink option on a plane? After talking about everything that should be avoided, the natural question arises: so, what should I drink during the flight? The answer is simple, yet powerful: water. It may seem too obvious, but it is precisely in this simplicity that its strength lies. While other drinks drain your energy, water restores balance, hydrates every cell, and protects your body against the effects of dry, pressurized cabin air. It's like giving your body the right fuel to endure hours of travel without depleting its reserves. When you drink water regularly on a plane, you help your heart work with less effort, your circulation flow more steadily, and your mind stay clear. Additionally, water contributes most to keeping joints lubricated, muscles functioning well, and even reducing fatigue. Cleveland Clinic experts recommend that seniors drink small amounts of water every hour of flight rather than waiting until they feel thirsty, because by the time thirst appears, the body is already asking for help. Choosing water is also a symbolic decision. It's like telling yourself, "I deserve to travel lightly, without overloading my body." This simple habit transforms every sip into an act of self-care. And if a bottle of water can ensure so much well-being on a flight, imagine the impact that other equally simple choices can have on your daily life on solid ground, shaping the way you age with dignity and freedom. Recognizing that even a simple drink can completely change the travel experience is a sign of maturity and self-love. If you realize that you've already avoided at least one of these drinks during a flight, know that this is no small thing. It's a sign that you are listening to your body and moving in the right direction. Aging well may seem like luck to some, but the truth is that small choices build a future of independence and vitality. Every glass of water at the right time, every decision to say no to something tempting, is a way of affirming, "I'm still in the game." This is not just prevention, it's an act of quiet courage. Perhaps you've noticed that for years, you made automatic choices without thinking about the consequences. And that's okay. Aging is not about blaming yourself for the past, but about being proud of the decisions you make from now on. The body continues speaking to you every day, and by listening to these signals, you prove that your story is still being written with strength and wisdom. The big reflection is that aging is not losing, but adapting intelligently. It's like replacing a part in an old car so it keeps running for many miles, strong and reliable. You have everything within you to transform your upcoming trips into lighter, safer, and more fulfilling experiences. And remember, even recognizing a single signal is a reason to celebrate. Never underestimate the power of small victories. Because every conscious choice you make today builds the tomorrow you want to live in. And perhaps the greatest discovery is not just what to avoid on a plane, but how every simple decision can open the door to a lifetime of freedom and presence. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these drinks did you relate to the most? Write the corresponding number in the comments and share your experience. Share this video with someone your age who also loves to travel, because it might be the exact warning they need. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you can receive more content like this, made especially to help you live each chapter of life with more health and purpose. And tell us down below, what did you learn today, and how do you plan to apply it on your next flight?